Hello, West Enders. We are now one full week into our UK-wide lockdown, and I hope, like many of us, you're at home now taking the responsible action to save lives and protect our NHS. Now, over the past month, the West End and indeed the world has faced a economic and a health emergency like none that we've ever seen before. We, the full team at New West End Company, stand together with all of our members and our partners as we face this truly testing time to fight Covid-19 together in the days, weeks and months ahead. I really wanted to give this opportunity to have a West End shout out to three important groups. Firstly, to the full team at New West End Company, who I am incredibly proud of. They've never worked harder in the past 10 days in supporting, responding and protecting the tens of thousands of people employed in the West End and the hundreds of businesses. And we will continue in the very best way we can to support you in the coming period ahead. I also want to shout out to this incredible partnership of organisations and trade bodies that have come together in the past couple of weeks, really to respond to the government, to shore up a range of relief measures and grants for the West End business community. And these include organisations such as the UK Business Rates Group, Kerry from Arcadia has been incredible, UK Hospitality, the British Retail Consortium, the British Property Federation, Federation of Small Business, the CBI, the London Resilience Group, the London Property Alliance, the National Business Improvement District Movement, and our neighbouring BIDS, all coming together to represent hundreds of thousands of West End jobs, and I say hundreds of West End businesses, advising almost daily secretaries of states, ministers, the mayors, and the leadership at Westminster City Council as they respond to this situation. And also I want to have a thank you to all of you, our members and partners. You have continued to advise us, support us, guide us as we continue to represent you, both from our advocacy role, but also operationally in the West End as we come through this period. And really a very special thank you and shout out to all the frontline staff still working in the West End, from our grocery stores at M&S and Waitrose to our pharmacies such as Boots and also John Bell and Croydon on Wigmore Street, to our many securities and facilities managers who are still operating in our buildings in the West End, and our incredible emergency services and volunteer staff that will be coming out in the coming days and weeks ahead to support the area. Now, there's been a whole range of measures, grants, relief measures, different taxation relief being made available to the government to many, many West End businesses. There's a lot of information to absorb, and I'm pleased that we'll be able to combine all this information together on our website, and also a dedicated summary mailer that is coming to you on email in the week ahead from our membership team to really help you navigate, signpost and find that vital information so you can access these key support measures. Over the coming weeks, there will be a dedicated reach out from a member of the New West End Company team to every single member to make sure you are signpost and have access to this key information to support you and your staff over this period. Operationally, we want to continue to work with our partners to protect the West End during this time of closures. Our security teams are still operating 7 days a week, obviously with a different focus now, and particularly into the evening and night time. We've increased our dog patrols in the area to help secure premises and property, and for those staff still working in the West End. Now, we talk about resilience during this time. There are 100,000 West End employees now working from home, and we know this can be a real challenge both mentally and physically. Next week, we'll be launching the West End Resilience Club with our partners at Microsoft, and this is a club that all our members have access to, where we will have different speakers coming together once a week for an hour, whether we're looking at health and well-being from working at home, looking at the international response to Covid-19, the response from other cities as they respond during, but also in their recovery phases, and also how we as the West End will start to think about our own recovery and reopening when the time is right. There are also 25,000 residents that live in and around our district, some very vulnerable residents, and we want to do all that we can through our West End network to support and many initiatives for residents in the area. There's been a range of activity already, from donations of food to the homeless shelters, to clothing, to vital protection equipment, to the CBRE property call out for premises, for car parking spaces, for many West End hotels who are offering support to vulnerable people and also to key frontline workers in the emergency services. So we'll continue to share that information from the NHS and Westminster Council on ways that you can volunteer and support over the next period. We're also thinking at New West End Company about the recovery of the West End, the reopening of the West End at a time and point that we look to that in the future. But for now, as we start week 2 of this UK lockdown, I want you to know that every single one of us at New West End Company stands ready to support you and your business during this period. We all look forward to a time where we can come back together as a community, as the West End family, with our businesses, with our people, with our customers. But until that point, please remember the 4 C's of calm thoughts, clean hands, cool heads, and caring hearts. Stay safe, West Enders. Thank you.